What if the sky suddenly filled with over 100 drones armed and aimed at your country? This is not a plot from a dystopian novel, but a stark reality that recently unfolded in the Middle East. The chessboard of geopolitical tensions has been turned on its head as Iran launched a major drone attack on Israel. This was not a mere show of strength or a routine operation. This was a retaliation, a response to an airstrike on an Iranian consulate in Syria. The retaliation, however, was not proportionate. It was massive. Imagine a swarm of over 100 drones, each carrying a payload with the potential for destruction, buzzing through the skies. This was no ordinary military operation. It was a large-scale, meticulously planned and well-executed act of aggression. A display of technological prowess and strategic planning. It signaled a new era in warfare, an era that can be as silent as it is deadly. As these mechanical birds of prey filled the sky, the tension on the ground was palpable. Israel's defense systems were on high alert, preparing to intercept this airborne invasion. Meanwhile, the situation was further complicated as Hezbollah, the Lebanese militant group, launched rockets towards an Israeli military base. Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu, not one to back down, vowed to defend his country against any threats. He received a strong backing from the White House, affirming its unwavering support for Israel's security. The escalation of this conflict has its roots in the past. It's a tapestry woven from threads of previous conflicts, tensions, and mistrust in the region. Global officials watched with bated breath, their concerns about further instability in the region growing with each passing moment. As the drones filled the sky, Israel braced itself for a new kind of warfare. The world watched on, wondering what this could mean for the future of global security. The game of chess continues, but the pieces have changed, and so have the rules. When the threat looms large, the only option is to fight back. In the face of a major drone attack from Iran, Israel swung into action, gearing up to intercept the unmanned aerial invaders. The Israeli defense system, renowned for its sophistication, was put to the test as it faced a barrage of over 100 drones, an operation of a scale seldom seen before. The situation was further complicated as Hezbollah, the Lebanon-based militant group, decided to join the fray. Rockets whizzed through the sky, their destination, an Israeli military base. The rockets added an additional layer to the crisis, pushing the Israeli defense forces to split their focus between the incoming drones and the rockets. But Israel was not without its leaders in this hour of crisis. Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu stepped up, vowing to defend his nation against the threats it faced. In his words, "Israel will not be cowed. We will stand our ground, defend our people, and ensure the safety of our nation." It was a powerful statement, one that resonated with the Israeli populace and echoed across the international community. And the international community was not just a passive observer. The White House, a key ally of Israel, affirmed its support for the country's security. The weight of the White House's words was not lost on the world. It was a clear signal that Israel was not alone in its fight. The threat was large indeed, but Israel's resolve was larger. The nation prepared to meet the onslaught head-on, armed with cutting-edge defense systems, a determined leadership, and the backing of key global powers. Israel stood not as a victim, but as a nation ready to defend its sovereignty and its people. With support pouring in from allies, Israel stood firm, prepared for the onslaught. In the face of conflict, the world watches and reacts. As the situation in the Middle East intensifies, responses from the global community are starting to take shape. One of the first to react was the White House. In a time of increased uncertainty, the United States has affirmed its unwavering support for Israel's security. The White House's statement stands as a testament to the long-standing alliance between the two nations, a bond that has weathered many storms in the past. However, this confirmation of support does not exist in a vacuum. It's a part of a larger chorus of international reactions that range from concern to outright alarm. Multiple global officials have raised their concerns about the potential for further instability in the already tense Middle East region. The fear is that this could be the spark that ignites a larger conflict, one that could involve more nations and cause even more devastation. The United Nations, as the world's peacekeeping body, has called for calm and restraint, urging all parties involved to take a step back from the brink of escalation. But their words seem to be drowned out by the thunderous roar of drone engines and rocket fire. There's a sense of unease that's hovering over the world, a collective holding of breath as the globe watches the unfolding situation. Every new report, every update adds to the growing tension, like a slowly tightening knot. The global community is no stranger to conflict. It has witnessed wars, skirmishes, and standoffs. But each new confrontation brings with it a unique set of challenges, a unique set of fears. And this time is no different. The use of drones, the sheer scale of the operation, the potential for a broader conflict, all these factors contribute to a sense of unease that is palpable. As the world watches, concerns mount over the escalating tensions and their potential outcomes. To understand the present, we must delve into the past. The latest escalation between Iran and Israel, characterized by a major drone attack, is not an isolated incident, but rather one more chapter in a long, fraught history between the two nations. The roots of these tensions trace back to the mid-20th century, following the establishment of the State of Israel. Iran initially was among the first Muslim-majority countries to recognize Israel. However, the Islamic Revolution in Iran in 1979 dramatically altered the dynamics, turning the two nations into adversaries. In the subsequent years, a series of conflicts and proxy wars have further strained relations. Iran's alleged pursuit of nuclear weapons, its support for militant groups like Hezbollah, and Israel's military actions in self-defense have all added layers of complexity to the situation. The infamous Iran-Israel shadow war, a covert conflict marked by cyber attacks, assassinations, and military strikes, has also underscored the volatility of their relationship. The recent drone attack by Iran and Israel's response can be seen as a continuation of this shadow war. But it's not just about Iran and Israel. The broader Middle East conflict involving other regional players and global superpowers has also played a significant role in shaping their relationship. The Syrian civil war, for instance, has become a battleground for Iran-Israel tensions, with both nations trying to assert their influence and protect their interests. This historical context is crucial to understanding the current escalation. Each new incident, each retaliation, is not just a response to an immediate provocation, but also a reflection of decades-old grievances, fears, and ambitions. The shadows of the past loom large over the present, shaping the narrative of this conflict. What happens today shapes the world of tomorrow. The potential implications of this conflict are far-reaching, touching on international relations, security policies, and the evolution of technological warfare. The incident between Iran and Israel, involving over 100 drones, was not just a military operation. It was a clear demonstration of how warfare is changing in the 21st century. Let's consider international relations first. The escalation of tensions between Iran and Israel could lead to a shift in alliances and power dynamics in the Middle East. Countries may need to reassess their stances, determining where their alliances lie in this new landscape. It's not just about choosing sides, it's about navigating a complex web of political, religious, and cultural ties. Now let's talk about security policies. The use of drone technology in warfare poses a significant challenge to existing defense systems. Traditional methods of defense may prove inadequate against the swarming tactics exhibited in the drone attack. Nations worldwide may need to invest more heavily in anti-drone technologies and strategies, leading to a potential arms race in the sky. Lastly, this event underscores the growing role of technology in warfare. The use of over 100 drones in a single attack is a stark reminder of the increasing reliance on unmanned systems in conflict situations. This reliance on technology could lead to a shift in military strategy and tactics. The battlefield of the future may be dominated not by boots on the ground, but by drones in the sky. This Iranian-Israeli conflict is a wake-up call to the world. It's a reminder that the rules of engagement are changing. The age of drone warfare is not a distant future scenario. It's here, and it's now. As the dust settles, the world will be left to ponder the consequences of this new age of drone warfare.